News Talk 610 AM and 102.1 FM. KVNU.
It's now 5:05 on this sunny Thursday afternoon, and I'm Will Feelright with your KVNU local headlines. We're enjoying another beautiful afternoon. Well, Logan City officials are reminding residents and commercial users that a rate increase for the Logan landfill will be taking effect next month on July 1st. Now, under the new fee structure, drivers of dual-axle trailers or trucks larger than 3/4 of a ton will see a $2 increase to dispose of materials. Now, that rate will increase from $38 now to $40 per load. Now, city officials have emphasized that the increase only applies to vehicles that pay based on tonnage. Now, the $15 flat fee for standard cars, pickup trucks, and small single-engine trailers will remain unchanged. Now, this adjustment is a result of a resolution which was passed by the Logan Municipal Council nearly 2 years ago. Now, additionally, officials have reminded all landfill users, though, to make sure they cover their loads to avoid a state-mandated $10 fee for any uncovered transport. Well, turning to other news, the BYU Athletic Department responding yesterday after a social media video had showed former wide receiver Parker Kingston, who faces a first-degree felony rape charge, working out inside the school's indoor practice facility. Now, Kingston was expelled and removed from the football team in February following his arrest, but a video posted by a BYU football alum who trains athletes had showed Kingston participating in wide receiver drills. Now, in a statement, BYU Athletics clarified that the workout was not a team activity. Now, the department said, quote, BYU officials were unaware of it taking place and have responded appropriately. Now, of course, the video surfaces ahead of Kingston's pre-trial conference that was held today in St. George. Legal experts had noted that while the workout won't impact the criminal case, the optics remain sensitive, as prosecutors had previously alleged that Kingston has received preferential court treatment due to his athletic prominence. And finally, health officials are calling on state lawmakers to modernize Utah's child safety seat laws, arguing that current statutes are failing to reflect modern passenger safety standards. Now, during a Transportation Interim Committee meeting yesterday, health officials from Intermountain Health had proposed transitioning from rigid minimum age and height thresholds to a system based on graduated restraint stages tied to a child's development. Now, the proposal includes mandates for rear seat placement for children under 13 when available, and also requires the use of most protective restraint options when they're available. Now, Michelle Jameson, who is with Primary Children's Hospital, emphasized that these changes are designed to be practical rather than punitive. Now, the updates aim to align Utah law with current evidence-based safety guidance. Well, it's been another gorgeous afternoon as we've enjoyed sunshine, clear skies. Temperatures have been in the mid to high 80s today. And now tomorrow looks like we're going to see the warmest temperatures of the week. As overnight tonight, we'll continue to see clear skies, temperatures dropping into the mid-50s, mid-90s coming for Friday, before a little cooler weather for Saturday and Sunday, with that chance of showers coming for the first half of the weekend. And weather this hour brought to you by Discount Tire. Yeah, don't wait. Get into Discount Tire now to get everything that your car needs for summer road trips. Oil changes, alignments, shocks, struts, and brakes. Discount Tire can do it all for you. See them in Logan, Providence, and Smithfield, or online at webtires.net. And KVNU News Time is now 5:09, and more of KVNU's For the People show with Jason Williams is coming up next. For KVNU News, I'm Will Feelright.
Did you know you can cut your Rocky Mountain power bill by 40 to 50% without a single solar panel? With the new time of use rates, power is 4.5 times more expensive in the evening, but cheap during the day. At Greenbox Solar, we install smart home batteries that charge up when electricity is cheap, then power your home during peak hours. Solar is totally optional and can be added in the future, but savings are guaranteed. Drop by Greenbox Solar's showroom in South Logan to see the hardware for yourself. Visit our website at poweredbygreenbox.com.
Information and news you need. News Talk KVNU 610 AM and 102.1 FM.
I'm Sheriff Chad Jensen, and I have worked with Dane Murray since his first day at the Cache County Attorney's Office. I've seen firsthand his commitment to victims, public safety, and justice. Dane has spent his career holding offenders accountable while helping victims and their families move forward. He's a trusted legal advisor, an experienced prosecutor, and a leader I rely on. I trust Dane Murray, and I'm proud to support him for Cache County Attorney. I hope you'll join me.
Paid for by Dane Murray for Cache County Attorney.
Vote Dane Murray.
Bring back what you've been missing. Bring back Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology.
Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology is Cache Valley's most trusted name in hearing aid technology. Schedule a free hearing evaluation with Dr. Paul Danes, where he can customize a hearing improvement program to meet your needs. Call 753-HEAR or visit CacheHearing.com.
Bring back what you've been missing. Bring back Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology.
This is attorney Jace Allen. At the Allies Law Firm, we know most clients care about one thing, achieving the best possible outcome. Not how many hours their lawyers billed, not confusing invoices, a clear strategy, and strong representation. That's why many of our estate planning, probate, and divorce services are offered with transparent, flat fees, so you know what to expect from the start. Whether you're protecting your family, navigating probate, or facing a difficult divorce, we are your allies. The Allies Law Firm. We plan, we fight, you win.
Welcome back to KVNU's For the People, Hour 2 of today's show. It is a toasty 82 degrees at 5:11 in the afternoon here in Cache Valley. Appreciate you sticking with us from Hour 1. Thanks to Charlie Schill again for spending another theater hour with us. As Charlie said, there's plenty to get out and see, so get out and see it. This weekend, there's plenty to get out and do as well. Now, that's kind of the case every weekend in Cache Valley throughout the summer in the warm weather months. But this is a special weekend. This is the weekend of Summerfest. It is officially underway, and it is really, it's been around so long. And if you grew up here in Cache Valley, Summerfest needs no introduction. But each and every year, there is something new to Summerfest, something that's changed a little bit. And we are just pleased that Executive Director of the Summerfest Foundation, Shirlene Davis, was able to join us today. And Shirlene, I appreciate you taking some time for us today. I know I always feel bad when we ask because this is literally the worst time to ask anyone involved with Summerfest to give us a call for 10 minutes to talk on the radio, and we do it every year. So I apologize for that.
I appreciate it. I truly do. Even though it's busy and fun and crazy, just getting the word out there for everyone to come and join us. We do appreciate the coverage.
This is so. How many years now? What year are we in?
42. 42 years. That
is amazing. And because of that, again, it really needs no introduction, but we do get busy and we do forget. And I talk to people each and every year that will say on Saturday, I forgot and haven't made it over yet. And so that's why I like to talk about this. This is truly one of the most unique festivals in northern Utah. And speaking of it being located here in Cache Valley, northern Utah, each and every year for 42 years, the reputation has grown so much. Shirlene, you probably have better stories than this, but I actually know a family that comes down from Burley, Idaho. I know folks who come up from Provo for Summerfest every year. Mm-hmm. It's got a regional footprint, right?
Do you know, I'm beginning to feel with our artists that we actually have a national footprint. I have artists here this year from Pennsylvania, from Florida, from Ohio. We have a new artist from Ohio this year. Several regulars from California, Oregon, Montana, Arizona, New Mexico, Idaho, and Wyoming. So we really bring in artists from coast to coast. Probably 50% of our artists are local and regional, and those artists we absolutely love to support. That was how Summerfest was started. But it is so fun that we have become nationally known among the artist circles, and the applications that we receive now go coast to coast.
Wow. That is honestly one of the coolest experience I had regarding Summerfest, Shirlene. One year, this was many years ago, but I saw an artist at Summerfest, and they had a piece of art. I really wanted it. I talked myself out of it, mainly because I still had a big day ahead of me still, and I didn't want to carry it around. And then I never got, my day got very busy. I never got around to getting back over to Summerfest that evening. It was the last day, closed up shop, and I never got that. Well, 2 months later, in August, in Stanley, Idaho, of all places, I ran into that same artist at a much smaller art festival, and we got talking about Summerfest. And I bought that piece of art, by the way. I was so excited. But we got talking about Summerfest, and he explained that he was a teacher out of Boise, and that this is what he did in the summertime. And he said, nothing compares to Summerfest.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Why do you feel artists respond that way to Summerfest?
I think part of it, and this is the feedback I get from the artist, is that they feel how much I and my board care about their experience. We want them to have, not only our patrons, but our artists have a wonderful experience here. And we try to place artists next to each other that enjoy each other, have genres that mix. It's such a wonderful community experience where everyone can come and find something that is comfortable for them, that is their style. And I think one thing our patrons really appreciate is the fact that we have a juried group of artists who tells you that they are fine artisans and fine artists, and yet they carry a price range that really can accommodate anyone. You can pick up beautiful pieces of work for under $50 here. You can spend $15,000 if you want, but there is actually just something for everyone.
And that does include artistic kids. I love this. This is one of my favorite things when at Summerfest, to just kind of stand outside and watch for a little while. But you're bringing back the ever popular noon to 6 p.m. today, tomorrow, and Saturday. The ever popular Creation Station is coming back.
Correct.
This is so fun to watch. Just to watch the kids get so into their whatever it is they're making. Covered with paint, splashes in their hair. It's honestly such a fun thing to watch, but it's a staple, right?
It is. And, one of the things that I have tried to add in the last few years that I have been doing Summerfest is additional interactive experiences for children. One of the things that struck me the first year that I took over as the director was several of our artists made the comment that they went to Summerfest as a small child. And they remember going with their mom and dad. That's how long we've been around.
Wow.
And dreaming about, being an artist someday in Summerfest. And now how excited that they were that they had a booth here and were an artist. And I kept thinking, wow, if Summerfest has inspired this many local artists and encouraged them in their artwork and given them that exposure, we've tried to expand that footprint a little bit beyond our Creation Station. So one of my focuses the last few years is with our plein air paint out and photography contest, we added a Rising Stars category, and that is for children under 16. And this is our third year, and it's been really fun to watch the participation expand there. And we have some beautiful pieces of work from children under 16 for sale in the plein air gallery, so they can participate that way. We've also invited 5 nonprofits in the Valley to be able to come and fundraise. This year we have the Christmas Car Project, Morning Rotary, Jump the Moon, Boys and Girls Club, and the Humanitarian Center of Cache Valley. And each one of those, our requirement for them to be able is to provide an interactive art experience for children.
Oh, cool.
And this year, I coded the map in purple so parents can come down, get a map in the program, and it will show them the various booths around the event that will have interactive experiences for children.
That is very cool. This is so taking the Creation Station concept and expanding it into a full festival along. That is amazing, Shirlene.
Just something to be able to inspire these children so that someday down the road when the director walks around that she hears the same thing, or he, that we inspired them to become an artist.
Sure. That is honestly, for listeners, I love talking about this because, we all know Summerfest is I'm looking at the food vendors here. If I don't have time to list them all, I'd like to. So I won't, because I wouldn't be fair to everyone here. But I'm looking at everything from Thai food to hot dogs, pizza. There is funnel cakes, of course, Brazilian food, burgers, Cafe Sabor. I will mention them.
International cuisine.
Yeah, literally.
Like you wouldn't believe. Yeah.
And we all interact with Summerfest in that way. We know about the great food. We know about the hundreds and hundreds of booths with great art and, the music, the environment of the festival, county fair-like almost environment down there. But this part of it that you've just brought up here, this is what I was fascinated to be about Summerfest, because I know a bit of the history, but 42 years ago when the first one happened, this was literally people who loved art and showing it off a little bit, getting together and saying, let's set up some booths and let people come and look. And it's expanded into this now. But this is all about love of the art, right? For you, for everyone on your team.
It is. It is love of not only the visual arts, but the culinary arts and the musical arts. And I have to tell you, one of the things that makes me so proud is to know that after 42 years, what a lot of people don't realize is we are a free event. We're a nonprofit organization, and through the support of many corporations here that support us, various grants, and then trying to keep our booth fees affordable for the artists, we have been able for 42 years to be able to present this event free to the public as our gift to the community.
That is amazing. That is, and honestly, this does depend a lot on community support. Many people don't know this. As Shirlene has mentioned, this is a nonprofit organization, so they do accept donations of both cash donations, but also volunteer time. If you have some time to help, of course, now that things are set up, things have to be run safely, and then things have to be taken down when this all wraps up late Saturday night. So volunteers are key. You can find everything you need to know from the list of 2026 festivities, visual artists, performing artists, food vendors, the featured artists of the year, the plein air contest. This is honestly an amazing thing. A full map of the grounds where all this takes place from today until Saturday. All of that at logansummerfest.org. But also while you're there, consider a donation. Consider volunteering your time. Check out their partners and sponsors, because, of course, without those sponsorships and partners throughout the Valley, this may not have happened every year for 42 years. And yes, the Cache Valley Media Group, we're one of them, and we're proud to be one of them. But I love seeing almost every known business in the Valley has put their name on this, and I hope that continues because it is such a part of Cache Valley. And our guest, again, Shirlene Davis. She is Executive Director of Summerfest Foundation. This is Utah's, honestly, premier arts fair. It draws a crowd from all around the West. As Shirlene said, it draws artists from all around the country, and it is underway at the I should ask about that as well. Location-wise, you're back at the well, we all know as the fairgrounds, right?
Yes, we're at the Logan Event Center and Fairgrounds. It's 490 South, 500 West. And one of the things folks don't realize is that there is fabulous parking if you come in off of 7th South on the south end of the rodeo arena. It is a short walk into the grounds.
A little tip for our listeners. Appreciate that.
Yeah,
you get a little something extra for joining us while we speak with Shirlene. Shirlene, a pleasure to have you join us. I've taken more of your time than I asked for, and I appreciate being gracious about that. But love to spotlight Summerfest, and I'll look for you down at the grounds.
Wonderful. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you for your time. Our pleasure. And to our listeners, one more time, everything, the schedule, the map, how to volunteer, how to donate, how to get involved in many different ways, partners and sponsors, the featured artists, food vendor lists, and more. LoganSummerfest.org. And we'll be back with more of KVNU's For the People right after this.
News Talk 610 AM, 102.1 FM, KVNU.
How do you pick where to buy tires? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo? Ask your dog? Yeah, don't do that. Go where people know tires. Discount Tire in Logan, Providence, and Smithfield. They've got the brands you trust, plus brands to save you money, like Nixon, Summit, and Cascade. And a team that's fair, honest, and won't accidentally upsell you a gold-plated valve stem. Summer road trips are coming, and bald tires in July? That's basically a slip and slide with your in-laws in the back seat. Discount Tire, online at webtires.net.
Tire store.
Happy Father's Day from Birch Creek Golf Course. For Dad this Father's Day, visit birchcreekgolf.com and view our online pro shop where you will find our Father's Day deals. Punch passes are on sale, or get Dad a golf lesson, range pass, or gift certificate. So for Dad this Father's Day, choose Birch Creek and visit our online pro shop. And happy Father's Day, Dad, from your friends at Birch Creek in Smithfield.
The Murdoch Auto Team has been part of Utah's automotive fabric for over 100 years, a century of building a name you can trust.
And it's been a privilege for the Murdoch family to grow alongside this community. We are so proud to have served our friends and neighbors for generations.
Now we're carrying that same commitment forward as we head to a new horizon, driving together into a bigger, brighter future.
You've got to come and see us at any of our 10 locations across the Wasatch Front or online at murdochautoteam.com.
What the world needs now is love, sweet love.
Welcome back to KVNU's For the People. Just a quick news story with a Cache Valley angle to it here. I like seeing stuff like this. SITLA announced the result of a recent board vote to sell 50,000 acres back to the state that, well, SITLA is a part of. For those not familiar, SITLA stands for School and Institutional Trust Lands Administration. I know, it's a big, complicated way to say this is a board, a group of people appointed in an entity created by the legislature many years ago as a way, I mean, overall, this is a way to augment money going towards Utah's public education system. But the way SITLA, as they're known, the Utah School and Institutional Trust Lands Administration, plays into that is SITLA can buy, manage, and sell land. Now, the catch, again, is that their task is to sit on and sell land in a way that makes money. So they have to be smart about it, because if they're not contributing more money to the public education system than would go in if this money were, instead of being put to SITLA, put into public education, the legislature would scrap this in a second. So they need to actually be turning a profit, basically, for lack of a better word. But as long as they are, the legislature appropriates money for their purchasing schedule. So the legislature recently allocated $50 million to the Division of Wildlife Resources for a potential sale of land in 2025. It didn't happen, but that turns out was just kind of a technical paperwork issue. And so the deal is final, and SITLA voted yesterday to sell roughly 50,000 acres of the Book Cliffs roadless wilderness area. This is, I think, about 7-8 miles north of Green River. But what's strange about this is that they sold it to another government agency, another state agency. So this is the state making money off of itself in a way. But there was a secondary goal here. So this is 50,000 acres that SITLA voted yesterday to sell to the Utah Division of Wildlife Resources. And what that means basically is that in meeting their task, SITLA, tasked again with managing, selling, or in a few rare cases developing land to maximize its value, and then profit, quote unquote, goes back into the funds that pay for K through 12 education. So the secondary value to Utahns of this sale, because again, sounds kind of ridiculous in a way, the state is selling to itself and therefore making money off of itself. That is just breaking even no matter how you spin it, except for this. And here's where the Cache Valley angle comes in, because Representative Casey Snyder was intimately involved in this, and he described the sale when we spoke with him last year as one of the best way that that SITLA could do their job, which is maximizing revenues. That's their whole purpose, to get more money into the funds for public schools. And but for Snyder, and he said almost more personal to him, selling it to the Division of Wildlife Resources basically locks this land up from a public access point of view forever. In an interview with the Deseret News today, Representative Snyder, from our own neck of the woods, Republican here in Paradise, said this sale, because this was big news, so everyone was reaching out to him. He said this sale allows SITLA to get full surface value for their estate, but at the same time put it in long-term investment accounts, which will yield significantly more year-over-year returns than just having it as a standard single transaction, leasing the land for grazing fees. So basically more money for public schools here in Utah. Secondary benefit, they get the full land value. They maximize their return. And secondary benefit, in perpetuity, these lands will be publicly accessible. Because SITLA has sold them back to the state, back to itself, basically. The deal on that, as with many SITLA exchanges of land for money, is the deal is the deal. It doesn't get changed. And part of this is the land can't be developed. So public recreation is not guaranteed in a SITLA sale, but in this specific case, there are roads that exist in some areas. Mostly it's a roadless wilderness area, but it is really popular for certain recreational activities like hunting and fishing and various types of hunting. And Snyder, of course, a huge fan of that. And so this land, through the sale, now basically guaranteed to be permanently accessible to the public. I didn't know this, but data suggests that more than 6,000 hunters enter the Book Cliffs area. Book Cliffs is I don't think it's 300. I'm looking. 250 miles stretch. Runs basically from Helper to Grand Junction. It's a huge area. But Snyder told the Deseret News that their data suggests that more than 6,000 hunters annually recreate in the area by horseback. And that's huge industry, tourism, of course, dollars. But Snyder said, I think the sale is a big deal. It's awesome. There's a historic moment for conservation and for SITLA's continuing role in managing and developing land when appropriate in a way that benefits Utah's public school system. So pretty cool stuff, actually. If you want to see some photos, I've linked to them on our Facebook page. And we'll be back with more of For the People right after this look at the news with KVNU's Will Feel Right.
Well, thank you, Jason. A reminder of that traffic alert. Main Street tonight will be closed overnight and then again Saturday night as crews are finishing a paving project over that new pedestrian underpass near 600 South. Now, the Utah Department of Transportation says it will close just a section of South Main Street at the Logan River at about 11 o'clock tonight, and that closure will remain in effect until 6 a.m. tomorrow morning as crews will be paving the road. Now, a final closure is also scheduled to take place Saturday night beginning at 11 o'clock and continuing until 9 a.m. Sunday morning for surface treatment and striping. Now, UDOT says the drivers will be detoured around the closure and should expect some travel delays. Now, the closure is all a part of the Logan River Trail undercrossing project. It's a joint effort between UDOT and Logan City. Crews have been installing that pedestrian culvert underpass at 600 South that'll connect trails near the Logan River Golf Course to those leading toward Logan Canyon. Turning to other news, the legal battle over whether a key witness must testify in person is continuing in the capital murder case of Tyler Robinson. Now, Robinson's defense team has filed an application to secure the out-of-state attendance of Lance Twiggs, the defendant's former roommate and partner, for an upcoming preliminary hearing next month. Now, Robinson is accused of shooting and killing Charlie Kirk at Utah Valley University back in September. Prosecutors have said they intend to rely on an April 20th recorded interview with Twiggs as evidence, but the defense has argued that Twiggs is a central figure and that his absence would deny them the right to cross-examination. Now, the Utah County Attorney's Office has formally opposed the motion, arguing that Twiggs is not a material witness for the purposes of a preliminary hearing. Prosecutors contend that the evidence they plan to introduce, including electronic messages and a handwritten note from Robinson found on Twiggs' phone, is sufficient to meet their evidentiary burden without live testimony. Now, a ruling is expected on Monday when 4th District Judge Tony Graff will address the potential contempt issues and also the admissibility of hearsay evidence. And finally, a man convicted of a 1997 double homicide over a stolen car stereo appeared for his first parole hearing this week, where a victim's father had pleaded that he never be released. Now, Philip Michael Leishman is serving 2 concurrent life sentences with the possibility of parole. Now, he pleaded guilty back in 1998 to the aggravated murders of Derek Shaw and Michael Allgaier. Now, Leishman, then 19, had shot both men in the back of the head at a West Valley City apartment while confronting a rival gang member. Now, on Tuesday, Leishman testified about a violent childhood, which he says had caused him to become normalized to gang lifestyle and violence. Now, he expressed regret, stating that he hoped to be able to work to break the cycle of violence. However, Dale Allgaier, who is Michael's father, called the killings an execution, saying that Leishman should never be allowed to be on the streets again. Now, the Utah Board of Pardons and Parole will decide on Leishman's parole in about a month. And looking at that weather forecast, going to continue to see clear skies overnight tonight as temperatures are going to be down into the mid-50s. Then tomorrow, back into the mid-90s as we're going to continue to see sunny skies through the rest of the week. Some clouds coming in on Saturday, though, and that could bring a small chance of some showers and thunderstorms, but clearing up by Father's Day Sunday. And Bell Sculpt brings you our weather here at the bottom of the hour. Treatments are quick and minimal downtime. And imagine walking out of their bountiful office with a body figure you feel great about. That's the reality with Bell Sculpt. Find out more by visiting their website, bellsculpt.fm. And I'll have another check of local news coming up at 6:30. More of KVNU's For the People show is coming up in just a minute. For KVNU News, I'm Will Feelright.
ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. President Trump has signed the Memorandum of Understanding that the White House says will lead to an end to the war and a promise from Iran that they won't develop a nuclear weapon. As for money, Vice President J.D. Vance today saying
the United States isn't giving up a cent of money to Iran, and even the economic benefits, the sanctions relief and so forth that comes along with this bargain only happens if the Iranians perform.
U.S. officials have said immediately upon signing the deal, the Treasury Department will allow the export of Iranian crude through waivers. It's a financial windfall for Iran, which has faced sanctions for years. On the Gulf Coast, the remains of Arthur, the first tropical storm of the Atlantic hurricane season, leaving behind flood watches and flood warnings, creating life-threatening flooding for some areas. All living former U.S. presidents in attendance today at the Obama Presidential Center dedication in Chicago. This is ABC News.
Owning a business may be stressful, but insuring it doesn't have to be. This is Matt Robbins with the Alera Group, formerly Quality First Insurance. Our experienced agents have been in the industry for many years and understand the challenges you face. As an independent agency, we have access to multiple carriers like Auto Owners Insurance to ensure you get the policy that's right for your company. Let's give your business insurance a fresh look. Call us today, 435-752-0101.
This summer, experience clear vision without the daily hassle of glasses or contacts. Whether you're on the trail, at the lake, or just enjoying time outside, LASIK can simplify how you see the world. This is Dr. Karen at Northern Utah Eye Center. We use advanced technology and a personalized approach to help each patient achieve their best possible vision. If you've been thinking about LASIK, now is the time to see if you're a candidate. Call or text 435-752-2020 to schedule your consultation.
You're gonna love what you see.
Look, let's clear something up. IV therapy, hormones, peptides, ozone, this isn't about luxury wellness. It's about function. This is Dr. Josh Red with Red River Health and Wellness, and we're expanding our services to include these advanced therapies that support how your body actually works. Low energy, inflammation, hormones, recovery, immune health. These treatments are used intentionally with medical oversight and integrated into our existing approach to whole body care. If you're tired of quick fixes and vague answers, this is something different. This is about supporting your health at a deeper level so you can feel better, think clear, and live stronger. Red River Health and Wellness, because your health deserves more than guesswork. Learn more or schedule a consultation at redriverhealthandwellness.com.
Call Red River Health and Wellness at 855-55-RIVER.
Call Red River today.
Celebrate world-class majestic music and spectacular live theater with Utah Festival Opera and Musical Theater in Logan. From the revolutionary passion of the Broadway musical 1776 to the comic adventures of the Pirates of Penzance, the heartfelt and intimate The Last 5 Years, and the snappy wit of Scalia Ginsburg with Trial by Jury. Don't miss laughter, inspiration, and the power of live performance. Utah teachers and students get free tickets. UtahFestival.org. That's UtahFestival.org.
Father's Day is just around the corner, and S.E. Needham Jewelers has gifts Dad will appreciate for years to come. Choose from quality watches, handcrafted pens, pocket knives, and classic gold and silver chains. Timeless gifts he'll enjoy and use for a lifetime. Whether you're shopping for the outdoorsman, the professional, the sports fan, or the dad who seems to have everything, you'll find something special at S.E. Needham Jewelers. Receive a gift with qualified purchase. Visit S.E. Needham Jewelers in Logan and Brigham City, or online at seneedham.com. S.E. Needham Jewelers, middle of the block at the sign of the clock.
Look, let's clear something up. IV therapy, hormones, peptides, ozone, this isn't about luxury wellness. It's about function. This is Dr. Josh Red with Red River Health and Wellness, and we're expanding our services to include these advanced therapies that support how your body actually works. Low energy, inflammation, hormones, recovery, immune health. These treatments are used intentionally with medical oversight and integrated into our existing approach to whole body care. If you're tired of quick fixes and vague answers, this is something different. This is about supporting your health at a deeper level so you can feel better, think clear, and live stronger. Red River Health and Wellness, because your health deserves more than guesswork. Learn more or schedule a consultation at redriverhealthandwellness.com.
Call Red River Health and Wellness at 855-55-RIVER.
Call Red River today.
Hi, this is Gordon Deal. Friday on This Morning, America's First News. It's not likely that global economies will just pick up where they left off before the U.S. conflict with Iran. Hear how things have permanently changed. Also, aviation experts say the growing number of near collisions demonstrates the strengths and risks in busier skies. And asking for a credit limit increase to boost your credit score. Friday on This Morning, America's First News. From 4 to 6 on News Talk KVNU, 610 AM and 102 FM.
Welcome back to KVNU's For the People. This is I don't know, kind of a exciting time to to actually be talking about. Well, okay, I'm just gonna hint at this at least, and then we'll actually get into it tomorrow. There is the entire internet today is a buzz with this new trailer for the new Spider-Man film, Spider-Man Brand New Day. I don't know if this is the last one with Tom Holland as Spider-Man or what, but it's definitely the next leg of the what Marvel really launched. Even though it's a Sony owned property, it's part of the Marvel universe. Anyway, they released a trailer today, and I think this might have a sad ending. Everyone's talking about it online here in Utah. And I bring it up here on the show because this is the funniest thing, but a Utah State Senator weighing in on this one, bountiful Republican Senator Todd Weiler, who should be careful. He's up for re-election this year, I think. No, he's not actually. He's in an off year re-election cycle. About half the Senate is up one election cycle. 2 years later, the other half will be up, and Weiler's not up this year, so no wonder he's feeling cocky. But he tweeted, "If Spider-Man dies, I'm never seeing a Marvel movie again." I don't know. It's just funny to see a state senator with such a strong opinion about a Marvel movie, and yeah, we'll be talking about it tomorrow. Andy Morgan, by the way, will be joining us for an extended movie show tomorrow. Because we are a bit behind, and we've both seen a lot, and we're going to try and do our best to talk about it all. So there was an interesting Supreme Court ruling today. This doesn't really have, it obviously has implications for the nation. It was a Supreme Court ruling, but nothing specific to Utah about this. It's been interesting to watch Utah lawmakers. I haven't seen the governor weigh in on this yet, but this was a Texas man who sued originally the state and then was overruled. He appealed. That was overruled. He appealed again to district court. District court said, we're actually going to say there's a legitimate question here, but we don't think we should answer it. So we're going to rule against you, knowing that you will challenge that, and it'll end up with the United States Supreme Court. And today, the United States Supreme Court loosened the United States' long-standing restrictions on gun rights and being arrested for marijuana possession or marijuana-related arrests. So in the United States, so the backstory on this Texas man was charged with a felony because he acknowledged at the time of his arrest in Texas years ago, regularly using marijuana while allegedly having a gun in his home. These laws were written to give prosecutors and law enforcement extra tools if they knew they had a baddie, somebody that they needed to get off the streets. Well, if they had these rules that said, well, you can't have drugs and a gun and $10,000 in cash in your home, those are three separate things we can now charge you with and keep you in prison even that much longer because of those three separate things. I'm not saying this is a bad idea. I'm just saying this is how these laws got written in the first place. But there was a law passed in the 80s banning people who regularly use marijuana from legally owning guns in Texas. And the Supreme Court today said that's pretty unconstitutional. The Texas man's lawyers were able to get the felony charge thrown out back in the day when he was originally arrested after a lower court found the ban on the use of illegal drugs by gun owners as unconstitutional. And the Supreme Court heard oral arguments on the broader question here of whether the law itself, not just in how it was applied to this Texas man, like the lower courts had already said was an issue, but was the law itself unconstitutional. The majority opinion was authored by Justice Neil Gorsuch, and it doesn't overturn the law. It doesn't overturn the ban on illegal drug use for gun owners and the two being, separate. But it does basically say to be constitutional, prosecutors can only invoke this law in very narrow circumstances. The court in the official ruling today said that these types of laws can make for a, quote, dangerous mix and should be used very carefully. In this case, they believe careful was not the way it was used. Interesting stuff. Check it out. I've linked to it on our Facebook page, and we'll be back right after this.
Tired of that patch of dirt you call a patio? Ready to impress the neighbors and your in-laws? Introducing you, the Weekend Warrior. Thanks to Cast-A-Lite Tile and Masonry. With easy-to-install outdoor pavers and expert advice, you'll go from, I have no idea what I'm doing, to check out my backyard oasis in no time. They'll teach you how to do it right without the head-scratching or YouTube rabbit holes. Cast-A-Lite, go where the pros go. And now, where you go too.
When you need tires, who do you trust? Discount Tire, serving Logan, Providence, and Smithfield, carries the brands you rely on. BF Goodrich, Michelin, Rodex, and more. Best of all, they're fair, honest, and straight with you. No leaving feeling ripped off. Summer travel is right around the corner, so get your car road ready with new shoes that keep your family safe. Discount Tire, the brands you trust, the team that keeps you rolling. Online at webtires.net.
Discount Tire.
So much more than a tire store.
Happy Father's Day from the entire staff at Logan River Golf Course. It's time once again for our annual Punch Pass and men's shirt sale. Buy any 10 or 20 Punch Pass and receive a voucher for 9 holes of golf at Logan River. Buy any men's shirt, excluding sale shirts, and redeem the voucher for 9 holes of golf. Come down to Logan River and check out all the great gifts, items for Dad. Logan River Golf Course. Play well, play fair, play fast.
Recovery benefits everyone. Substance use and mental disorders can be treated. It all starts on day one. Join the Voices for Recovery. For information and treatment referral for you or someone you love, call 1-800-662-HELP. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Do you know a champion in our community? Nominate them for the KVNU Above and Beyond Salute. Every Friday morning at 8:30, we'll spotlight a firefighter, law enforcement officer, healthcare worker, or other deserving individual and give them a $40 gift card to Firehouse Subs. Submit your nominations for the Above and Beyond Salute by visiting kvnutalk.com. Help us recognize the champions in our communities. The Above and Beyond Salute, sponsored by Firehouse Subs on News Talk KVNU, the voice of Northern Utah.
Welcome back to KVNU's For the People. Wrapping up today's show with some more celebrating America 250 event options around Utah and the country. So the best way to stay on top of these, well, honestly, the best way, look for local groups, Facebook groups, library calendars, the CacheValleyDaily.com calendar, things like that. Because events are getting added all the time, and not all of them are making it on to the state's website. But the state does have america250.utah.gov, where you can find all of the state-led efforts, and then also all of the local events that they've been able to find, at least. So a great resource there. We haven't talked about this one yet, though, and Governor Cox, over the weekend, his team put out a little promotional video for what they're calling America's Potluck. So they're planning this for the day after America's birthday, Sunday, July 5th. And this is, again, to commemorate the nation's 250th anniversary. Governor Cox said they thought of this event because they want to bring people together literally around tables and celebrate the freedoms we share and enjoy, the governor said, and with a sense of belonging that holds us all together. So the state commissions, representing about 342 million Americans, have signed on to this across the country. the governor's taking this national. So 51 different state commissions have signed on to this and have been promoting it to the people in their states. 115,000 civic leaders have signed up already to host America's Potluck event nationwide. 50,000 independent grocery and retail grocery stores have agreed to be a part of this. Its events are scheduled in more than 20,000 cities and towns throughout the United States. 500 organizations, nonprofits that work to build bridges in communities have agreed to host events. There are 400 histories of museums and historical sites that are going to be hosting on-site potluck events. This is a really cool idea. And 350 public television and 250 public television stations and 250 commercial radio stations will be broadcasting from these events around the country. It's very cool. By the way, 100 different leaders of faith communities have also signed up to host a potluck. If you go to america250.utah.gov and click on America's Potluck, you can sign up. And then if you create a location for your potluck event, is there anyone out there that doesn't know what a potluck is? I assume everyone knows. This is everybody brings food to share. No one has to be responsible for making the whole thing. Someone has to be responsible for setting up tables and chairs, but you can even get the group to help put them away. And fingers crossed, the weather is great for this being outside. And it should be, really, if maybe a little hot. So, and you should see the map of this, potlucks across America. Now, where Governor Cox proposed this, most of them are here in Utah. A lot of them are here in Cache Valley. But if you look at the East Coast, something about the East Coast warmed up to this. From Boston on down to Miami, there are hundreds of potluck events that have been scheduled. So, again, if you go to america250.utah.gov and click on America's Potluck, you can see the governor's idea. You can sign up to host a potluck. All you do is choose a location. They'll help you market it. And then they have some tips for letting your neighborhood know. And also some tips for, what's safe to bring to a potluck, what sits outside for a few hours in the sun. Well, we all know that, right? And then you can actually pin your potluck to the nationwide calendar so people can find it. The governor sent out an official invitation, which you can download again at america250.utah.gov. There's even a window sign you can put up if you're hosting one in your yard, and some official graphics that you can post on social media, Facebook, Instagram, anywhere. So it's a really cool idea. I think the governor was smart to pull this one, or to pull this one out of his hat. But here's just a little bit of the promotional video that was sent out by the governor's team over the weekend to get everyone excited about this.
Preparations are underway for a homegrown event where every dish tells a story. On Sunday, July 5th, you're invited to America's Potluck. What will you bring?
Salad, chips,
soda,
huevo de salsa,
smoked brisket,
vegetables from my garden,
my famous rolls,
my block party playlist,
decorations, dessert,
sprinkles.
Whatever you bring to America's Potluck, everyone is invited to a great meal.
Join the celebration of America's 250th anniversary on Sunday, July 5th, 2026.
A cool little video. And again, america250.utah.gov. This was Governor Cox's idea. It's picked up national steam, and you can be a part of it. America250.utah.gov. Simply click on the potluck link that you'll see there at the top of the page. They're asking everyone to hold their potlucks on at any time on Sunday, July 5th. Invite your neighbors, and they have some promotional tools you can download. You can see the invitation. They even have some tips on what you can ask people to bring for a community potluck. And the idea, again, is just to get everybody sitting around a table and talking in your neighborhood or, your work group, whatever it might be. So check it out. Thanks again to our guests today, and you're going to want to be here for tomorrow's show. This is a sad topic, but it's something that happens, and the solutions really have never been great. The question is, what exactly should happen when a hospital, when a baby is born at a hospital and tests positive for drugs. Now, obviously, the newborn didn't use the drugs. What should happen next? It's a sticky ethical debate, but one that we need to have. We'll talk about it tomorrow on For the People. Stick around. Dave Ramsey is next here on KVNU Logan.
Covering all the news. Stay with 610 AM and 102.1 FM. Breaking news and stimulating talk. News Talk KVNU.